Guys, Raj Sanga of Cardio Security, welcome back to the channel. Now I'm sure some of you have been following our series where we buy one car a month. Now to recap, in January we bought an Audi RS4 Avant. In February we bought a Mercedes 190e 2.5 16 valve Cosworth, and this is our March purchase. Right guys, my March purchase is this gorgeous 2004 BMW E46 M3 convertible. Now, as much as I'd like to talk to you guys with the hood down, you will not hear a single word because of wind noise. So I think it's best if I pull the hood back up and then we'll go for a little drive. Yes, a lovely E46 M3 convertible, just as the weather is changing here in the UK and the sun is out. Now this particular car has this lovely red leather interior. Purchased off my good friend Mitesh, aka Maybach Man, actually has a two-car deal. So I bought this car and the Mercedes 190e 2.5 16 valve Cosworth at the same time back in February. And this car has a massive history file. And the most important thing in that history file is that the running in service was done at 1,200 miles. And those of you that have had M cars will know all about that all-important running in service. Now, when it comes to E46 M3s, people will always ask, have the big three been done? Now, the big three are as follows. The Vanos, yes, that's been done. The conrod bearings and the rod bolts, yes, again, been done. At the same time, a head gasket set was done. So there is a massive invoice in the file showing all of those were done back in 2020 when this car had done 76,000 miles. It's now sitting on 78,400 miles, only 2,500 miles ago. Now the rear subframe floor was also checked at the same time, and that was given a clean bill of health. So this car has been maintained exceptionally well. As I'm sure you guys know, there are two options when it comes to gearbox. You have the manual and you have the SMG box, which is what this car has. Now the SMG box is not an automatic box. So if you've not driven a 46 M3 with the SMG box, don't hate it. SMG stands for sequential manual gearbox. So don't knock it, guys. Now you can actually change gears with your foot flat to the floor, like so. But you do hear a thud as the car changes gears. Ideally, what you want to do is just lift off as you're changing gear. You have got the flappy paddles behind the steering wheel. Left hand side is downshift, right hand side is upshift. You can also change gears with the gear lever. If you push up, it's down a gear. If you pull down, it's up a gear. There is also a little button below the gear lever which has got 6 settings. Now those settings change the ferocity of the gear changes. There are 6 settings, 5 that you have direct access to. The 6th one you can only access once you press the DSC button just on the center console. DSC is dynamic stability control, so you have to turn the traction control off to access the 6th setting. Ideally for town driving, you want to leave it in 1 and 2, which allows you to just poodle along, and there's smooth gear changes. I think the ideal setting is probably 4, which allows quick gear changes but not too aggressive. So as you go up, the gear changes do become very, very, very aggressive, and I'll show you that in a moment. So 5th setting, can you see how aggressive that is? And I did keep my foot flat to the floor. As I said earlier, ideally you want to lift off and then change gear. I think the SMG box is the manual box on steroids. I absolutely love it. Now, this is not my first E46 M3. In fact, this is my 6th one. I purchased my first E46 M3 coupe in 2001, brand new, from a dealer in Birmingham. It was a SMG. It was the first car that dealership had sold, and they didn't know anything about the SMG gearbox. Instead, they gave me the manual and said, "Excuse me, sir, do you mind, shall we just read the manual together?" Then I purchased an E46 M3 convertible in 2005. We ran that on the cash fleet. 2006, I bought a grey metallic convertible SMG, again with red interior. Those are long gone now, but actually within my fleet, I still have the manual E46 M3, which is our track car, and I also have my E46 M3 CSL, and those of you that know about CSLs will know that they're all SMG. And then obviously I've got this one. Now, this car actually has the upgraded CSL software, which makes the gear changes a little bit more smoother and quicker. I do love E46 M3s, I've got to say, guys. Now, so that's enough about this car and the history of SMG boxes. Let's get back over to CAS HQ. Let's get the car into the workshop and have a chat with Jay. Let's have a walk around the car, show you any niggles and any issues with the car, and we'll talk about plans with this particular project. Right, let's grab Jay. Jay, where you at?
Yeah.
We saying?
Same.
So,
M3. Surprisingly, very good.
We mean surprisingly, my purchase is always very good.
No, your purchase is good, but like normal E46s that we've seen come in, they've always got bits and pieces everywhere.
I mean like rust around the arches and
the
bubbling.
mirrors and everything, but this car is actually very straight, bar probably just the front bumper, to be fair.
Oh yeah, so with regards to the front bumper, hopefully you can see this. We've got, it's obviously touch-up paint there. You've got loads of stone chips where obviously motorway miles, and there's some lacquer peel on this side, isn't there, Jay?
Yeah, so it's probably had a smart repair in the past or something, and obviously this bumper takes the brunt of it all. But apart from that, I think it just needs a good clean. And
so we'll need to get that repainted and get it color matched. Maybe try and blow it into the bonnet.
Maybe, yeah.
I know it needs a complete detail, a mop. It's Swirl Mark City, this car. So Mitesh had it parked up outdoors.
Probably under a tree. Under
a tree for a couple of years. So yeah, it's been through like 2 years worth of 4 season changes, so you can imagine. Now wheels, they're pretty good.
Pretty good, but they've got some lacquer peel and there's some light curbing on the edges.
Oh yeah, just
so probably on the camera they probably look pretty clean, but there is just very light on the edges, and obviously the general corrosion that happens on diamond cut wheels.
Again, been sitting outside, hasn't it?
That's it.
Tyres, and I've noticed a couple of the tyres are
I think they're pretty old and a little bit worn.
Tyres are a bit cracked, so they'll need replacing.
Yeah, probably a new fresh set matching.
Overall, not a bad purchase,
Not a bad buy.
Let me show you some of the interior bits. So right, interior-wise, very, very, very clean. All the switchgear works, all the buttons work. The actual display screen, as you can see, it's the old Gen 1 sat nav. The screen is pixelated, So we'll pull the stereo out and replace it with a Kenwood CarPlay unit. It's got Harman Kardon fitted as standard, but one of the speakers is blown, so we'll upgrade the speakers, stuff we do. Alarm wise, we've already upgraded the alarm, so we fitted a Clifford 650. There was no security on the car, so that's already been fitted just to protect the car. So what are the plans? Okay, bar the stereo, which I've mentioned. Suspension, now we're going to try and keep everything to a budget. So we'll do coilover suspension, not sure which brand, but to a budget. Get the wheels refurbed, get that bumper painted, audio as I've mentioned, get the car detailed, get it looking absolutely mint. Service, I think the last service was done 3,000 miles ago, but the car's been sitting around, so we'll get it serviced. And then it's going to go up for sale. So one of you lucky guys can be bowling around in a exceptionally well maintained and upgraded E46 M3 convertible in the next couple of months. So yeah guys, this car will be turned around very, very, very quickly. So keep an eye on our socials. We'll probably be dropping another 3 episodes very quickly, bang, 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 and the car will be up for sale. So yeah guys, what do you think of my March purchase? April purchase, that's the shop build. I think by the time this episode goes out, I believe Blade might have already done a deal. So again, keep your eyes on the channel for that. Guys, any questions, any comments you have, drop them down below. As always, thanks for watching. Make sure you smash that like button and make sure you have subscribed to our channel because there is some awesome content coming your way. Sun's out, I'm going for a drive. I'll see you again soon, guys.